the dawn of the 20th century, humanity dreamed of conquering the oceans. The Titanic, a marvel of engineering, was born from that boundless ambition. It was conceived as a symbol of luxury, power, and, above all, invincibility. It was called the Unsinkable, a floating fortress destined to defy the laws of nature. Its construction represented the pinnacle of human ingenuity at the time. It promised safety and opulence to its passengers. On April 10, 1912, the Titanic set sail from Southampton on its maiden voyage. On board, more than 2,000 people represented a microcosm of society. From the wealthy to immigrants seeking a new life, everyone shared the hope for a better future. The atmosphere was one of euphoria and anticipation. No one could have imagined that this majestic ocean liner was heading toward its tragic destiny. The North Atlantic awaited, icy and relentless. Over the following days, the Titanic received multiple warnings about the presence of icebergs. Other ships reported extensive ice fields along the route. However, confidence in the ship's invulnerability was absolute. Speed wasn't reduced, and warnings weren't taken seriously enough. The crew, although aware of the danger, didn't anticipate the magnitude of the threat. Their fate was already sealed. On the night of April 14th, the air was freezing and the sea unusually calm. Shortly before midnight, a lookout spotted a dark mass emerging from the mist. It was an iceberg, gigantic and silent. Despite efforts to turn, the steel colossus couldn't avoid the impact. A subtle scrape, almost imperceptible to many, sealed the ship's fate. Ice tore through the hull, opening several of its compartments. At first, most of the passengers didn't understand the seriousness of the situation. Some even went out on deck to collect pieces of ice as souvenirs. The orchestra continued playing, trying to maintain calm. But water began to flood the forward compartments. The engineers and crew soon realized the truth. The Unsinkable was doomed. The news spread like a shudder. The order to evacuate was given, but the reality was bleak. There weren't enough lifeboats for everyone on board. Panic began to take hold on the deck, mingling with acts of heroism and sacrifice. Women and children were prioritized, but confusion and lack of organization hampered the process. Class differences became painfully evident in the struggle for survival. Many were left behind, resigned to their fate. As the water surged forward, the Titanic's bow slowly submerged. The lights flickered and finally went out, plunging the ship into darkness. The sound of twisting steel echoed into the night. Shortly after 2 in the morning, the majestic ocean liner split in two. The stern rose into the sky before plummeting into the icy depths of the Atlantic. More than 1,500 souls were lost in the abyss. Hours later, the RMS Carpathia arrived at the scene. Only 705 people were rescued from the icy waters. Dawn revealed a desolate sea, littered with debris and lifeless bodies. The magnitude of the tragedy shocked the entire world. Stories of courage, cowardice, and sacrifice intertwined. The sinking of the Titanic became a grim reminder of human fragility. The Titanic disaster prompted drastic changes in maritime safety. New regulations were established regarding lifeboats, ice patrols, and communications. The tragedy became a lesson learned at an incalculable cost.